Hello, I'm back with a quiff. Good morning, afternoon and evening, wherever you are in the world. This video comes as a request. Yes, well, it's a little bit different, like I usually say. It's from my good friend Keith. You know who you are. Yes, Keith. It's his nephew. It's for Luke. Now, this video is regards to my small, yet humble collection of vintage action figures. I don't think I've missed any. When I say vintage toys, now there's a lot of YouTubers out there that do reviews on toys and talk about the old school 80s, 90s. Now, okay, now this I'll cut that out. No, this one is basically an overview of some of what I've got. There are more, but they're more 90s. There are a couple of 90s, one of these mid 80s, and it's what went wrong with toys. I mean, personally, I think a modern day toy is of inferior quality to a 80s toy. I know they've took out a chemical compound. No, this is going all technical now. They've took out a chemical compound in the plastics that makes it brittle. I mean, there's toys from circa 1984 made out of vinyl, namely Stay Puft. He stood the test of time. I know there's not many moving parts on this guy, but oh, look at that happy face. Hi. Never had a voice, but hey. I sound like Mickey Mouse. But is it 84? Yeah, 84. Probably just about to say that. But they've stood the test of time. I mean, they're so robust. Slimer and the Plunger, which I'm looking for a spare one of these, if anybody knows anybody that's got one, for a particular reason. But this guy, again, vinyl figure with hard plastic. But I mean, modern day plastics seem to be all day glow. They're very in your face fluorescent, even though they're not meant to be. Now, this one's from, I believe. Pull him off. No comments on that one, please. That was a slip of the tongue. Yeah, I'm presuming, because obviously they're around about the same year. It might be slightly later. 1984. Oh. Hey, 84. So these toys came out in a period when I was a very young child. 84, 94, 2004, 14, you know, 25 years old. Whoa, 25 years old, seriously. Mark, hello, are you listening? It's the 35th anniversary this year. Work it out, yeah? Just, and to this day, they're still in good a condition as what they were when they came out back then. Now, you've got, I'm terrible with names. There's got to be somebody. I mean, I'm really awful. Excuse me, but this is the lumberjack from the Ghostbusters animated series. Well, they all are real, but oh, did that wrong. There we go. But I just liked the simplicity of the toys. There wasn't anything technical about them. They were, excuse me, they were easy well, I would say they were pretty easily manufactured. There wasn't much to them. Roar! Yarr, yarr. But they just, what was it about these toys? I mean, I don't know what it is, but modern day toys, I don't really have anything modern take on something like this. I don't particularly own a modern day toy. What was she called? I always called her Granny Ghoul. I don't know why I called her Granny Ghoul. But I don't know, they were just very well sculpted, very well made. But nowadays toys, yeah, I'll use this as an example. I'm not going to go jump. I've done it again. I'm not going to do a jump cut. So the modern day toy is, take for example this one. This is a it's the G1 Ghostbusters? Transformers, what's his name? Cosmos. So, you got this is like the modern day take on it, like an updated version. But the plastic seems so, I don't know, there's something about the plastics that seems so brittle. Obviously I have handled them before, and they just don't seem as higher quality as what they were back in the day. I mean, yes, this is a very vibrant plastic, but it was I don't know, there's a chemical, lost its snap. Oh, it still hurts. It's not as snappy as it was. But they tend to be, ooh, his eye's looking a bit worse for wear. But they were made, toys back then were made to last. In the sense, they knew they were going to get thrown about. They knew they were going to get beaten. Something like that. They knew they were going to get beaten the pulp out of them. There we go. And, is it Bucky? That was the only pain in the backside with this toy. It took it all back in. But, yeah, I do believe that toys of this era had a certain charm, a certain savoir-faire. It's just, I mean, look at all this detail. You just don't get this anymore in toys. I mean, sculpting on that compared to, I don't have anything to compare to apart from that. It just haven't got the oomph. I mean, you don't get toys like this anymore. I mean, come on. Never featured in an episode. Never featured in an episode of Ghostbusters, but they were just so nice, so out there. The toy market was inundated with things like this back in the day. Back in the day, I'm going to be telling that again. The Dustbin Man. The good old. These were. I had to pull these ones out. And then. I mean, they were so simplistic. There was nothing technical about these toys. You know. What I can't get is what made them so much. Why are they so nostalgic? I mean, they just. It's literally a hard piece of. Oh, the Can Man. It's 88 on that one. Obviously, it's the animated series, but there goes. Slimer says 84. But I don't know what made them so appealing, and what still makes them so appealing now. I don't know. I really can't. There isn't a line of toys since the late 90s, which was, let's take for example, when I say the late 90s, I'm probably borderline late 80s, early 90s. Black Mice from Mars. I mean, these were borderline. I mean, they had the double jointed, where the wrists moved. These were prone. I mean, they were very... Oop, there we go. You can hear how tight it is. Obviously, it's never been moved in its life. But the toys back, they gave them these extra joints, which gave them the excuse to break. There wasn't... Like the G.I. Joes, they tend to snap a lot on the joints, on the knees. The little G.I. Joe figures, not the bigger ones. The one as I don't think they were as well made. What do you call Mail Fraud? They're one of my favourite ones. Absolutely. Again, inside his stomach is the tongue. Everything's there. I mean, that hasn't snapped off like Egon's. Where is it? Why is it that never snaps off, but that did? I don't understand that. His mouth not open. There we go. No, I think he's had it. Yeah. I just... yeah. What year's on that one? 88? Yep. Same again, 88. I mean, what? How is it? I mean, a toy that is over... What was this one? 85? 84? What was it? Leech. I mean, this guy still works. You know, the fact that the actual sucker mechanism still functions after 20 odd years. 30 odd years. 84. It's 30, yeah, over 30 odd years. And he still functions, he still works. His elastic's a little bit cracking a bit. But well, again, the sculpt on these, I know they're not the best toy in the world. It wasn't the most, like the Star Wars figures back in the day. They weren't they weren't designed in such a way that what's the word? They weren't meant to look A1 perfect as they did in the cartoon. They obviously had to modify it to make it into a toy. Actually, it's hard. This is She-Ra, isn't it? This is not He-Man. This is She-Ra, along with Grislaw, Buzz-Off. I'm missing his helmet, but they all still function as they should. They're still in one piece. They're as solid as they were. This was one of my favourites. What was his name? Montana, is it? I used to like, is it Modulock? We used to, you had like about 20 pieces and you used to click them all together and make different monsters. You know what, I'd love to go back in time and see where all my toys went, because I swear my mother gave them away. Whiplash. Less whip than lash. But again, built to last. You go to some of these fairs and you see toys just thrown in a bin for like £4 a piece. I can't remember this guy's name. Please comment below if you know his name, because I have completely forgot. He's a bit limp. He's the limp one. And I also forgot to mention Battle Cat. I mean, it's literally just a hard lump of plastic with no posable parts. I mean, the tail's, attached. Done it again. The tail's attached to the, to the foot. Clever little way so the tail doesn't break off. But I mean, apart from the harness that you used to put on, there's nothing special about Battle Cat. Nothing at all. But yet we found it so much fun. Putting his headpiece, the harness, and then just trotting along like that, like one of the when you see those farm animals in those cheap sets with the horses and the toys, and you see the little girls going, I don't know what made it fun. What made that fun? And like this one, same again. the paintwork on this is it needs well, I don't want to touch it up, to be fair, but Touchdown Terror from the Madballs. This is the only Madball that I still own from a child, and this one is 86. Again, just look at the detail on it. I mean, they made you want to go out and buy them. They looked, what's the word? They look the part anyway. I mean, Madball, yeah, Touchdown Terror. There we go. Bit of paint there. But I don't know. They're so appealing. They're just so nice. I don't know. I can't put a finger on why toys back then had so much charisma. I don't know. They just oozed it. They just, I don't know. The adverts. You see the adverts. It's like, I'm gonna get you. I don't know. It's cheesy adverts. When you see the Star Wars and the Ghostbusters, you watch some of the old adverts on the YouTube. They really do make you think, what made these toys appealing? But they just did, because you wanted to own a part of what was in that TV show. I mean, admittedly, Madballs didn't really get a TV show as such. They got a couple of straight-to-video VHS, which I've got one over there. It's a half-hour-long video. And then, obviously, He-Man with the, again, they rebooted it on, is it Netflix, or it's soon to be He-Man, and they've done it in the style of OKKO, which is an atrocious Cartoon Network TV show. They've kind of followed suit with that, and they've rehashed He-Man. It looks, is it He-Man? No, not He-Man. No. Thundercats, that's it. Thundercat. It looks awful. This is what I'm saying. They're ruining what was good. I mean, God know if they brought this back, or like I said, the real Ghost. Please don't ever touch. You know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But yeah. Yeah, it's great. It's like being a kid again. I don't have their proton packs, but these were the final ones in my opinion. The original lineup of the Ghostbusters was, as it were called, Green Ghost, but it's Slimer, Marshmallow Man, the 4 characters, which I only have 2 of the 4, and I don't have the proton packs. Those I think he was the original lineup as well. Bucky. But and then we're moving on to the late 80s. Oh no, we've still got. Again, I've got this. I'll take the lock off. The mechanism still works, but I don't have the blades. Yeah. Obviously, you did that to wind up the what do they call it? The winch. So pull that down and yeah, the wings come down like so. I'm missing the gun and I'm missing the blades. I think I picked that up from a car boot for like £2. Hey, but again, the toys were designed in such a way that they were built to last. Robust, solid, not cheapo, brittle toys of today. They were hard. I mean, they're so hard. I mean, I wish I had a toy that I could show you, but I don't have one. I mean, what was this one? Michelangelo. Who was that one? Donatello. No, it's not Donatello. It's Leonardo. Jesus Christ. Leonardo, Michelangelo, Shredder. I do have Krang up there somewhere. Boxed. You see there? Just there. He's boxed. I got that from Cowabunga Collectibles along with Shredder. Never remember. I don't know his name. I really don't. I like how they've branded it Turtles on his jacket. I can't remember his name. Please comment below. I have no idea. Again, this has got extra point of articulation where the other ones never did. That'd have been a nice touch, actually. Maybe they thought of that later on in the statement. Later on. Oh, and the wrist. Wow. Wow. I didn't actually know that. 4-point articulation. Bucky O'Hare was very limited movement, but still a nice figure to look at. Nice figure to play with. It's one character. This is one set line of figures I never got as a child. Oh, we've got. Is it Bebop? Rocksteady? Again, that's from. That from Cowabunga. Ben. I'm not sure if that's from Ben. But again, they're so goddamn solid. But see, chucking them down like the trash. And even the flimsier ones are later. It was like late 88, 89, 90. No date on this. Can't find a date. Penguin. These were from the Batman series, but it was from the movie. Obviously, it looked nothing like that in the movie, but they felt obliged to bring out the Michael Keaton Batmobile, which Keith has. He also has the Batman figures and so on and so forth. But the actual Penguin never looked like the Joker in the movie, if you get me. It was always this one, for some strange reason. The fat, very portly looking Penguin. Which I preferred that look. I don't know, because it was true to the comic books and the TV series. So I did prefer that. Yeah, because the Batman had the belt where you pulled the Bat logo, the Batamarang, whatever it was, and you just hooked it around and it goes zipped up. I never knew his name as well. Yeah, the monkey guy. Yeah, from obviously Bucky O'Hare. What else we got? Oh, I've run out. Oh wow, that's it. So yeah, I mean, I have a fond, obviously because I was brought up in this period, but I've got a fond memory of all things Ghostbusters, Transformers, which sadly I don't actually have, apart from the reproduction. What was his name again? Cosmos, and I do have Sea Spray, which was the hovercraft. I also have Soundwave, which was the anniversary edition, which is over in the cabinet there, but I can't be asked. But yes, what's your take on modern day toys? Why? I mean, I know they churn toys out now, like they're going out of fashion. I mean, you had to wait. I mean, the first series of Ghostbuster figures that came out, there was the 4 figures, Marshmallow Man, Bug-Eye, Slimer, and I do believe there wasn't much more to choose from until Phase 2 came along, about a year or so later, when you got Ecto, the HQ, Gooper. It was the yellow one that blew bubbles out of his nose. And then there was the traps, those ones. Like Phase 2 of the action figures were Male Fraud, Granny Ghoul, as I call her. Who else? This guy, I forgot his name. Oh, God. Comment below, because my brain is like a sieve today. But what makes the game? What makes the figures so nostalgic for you, as it did for me? Comments below. Well, this video went out to Luke. I hope you liked my little collection of figures that I do have. It's a step down memory lane. I remember fondly walking into Argos and seeing that coming down a conveyor belt in its packaging and then ripping it open. God, it was like yesterday, honest to God. The buzz of actually opening one of these in the 80s is was more satisfying, and the memories stick in your head. They're more satisfying opening one of these in the 80s than be opening one of those. I mean, why it's in a packet. A lot of my figures now tend to stay in packets. They're just, I don't know, just so inferior of quality. But that's just my opinion. And it's a throwback down memory lane. I mean, if you go on Facebook, there's a nostalgia page from Argos actually, and it's all the catalogues dating back to the 70s, 80s, 90s, and present day. You can flick through all the old articles and the old merchandise that you could buy. I think the 84 one, I had a good look at that one. I put some pictures here. There you go, that's a throwback to the catalogue of what was available. There's probably a few extras from what I said, but yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know, TV shows were better as well. They're just churned out these days. Cartoon Network, just haven't got a clue. If they brought back Ghostbusters, the animated series now, I don't think it would work as well as it did back then. So, yeah. All in all, that's pretty much most of my loose 80s, 90s figure collection. I don't have loads. I thought I had more, but I hope you've enjoyed that. It's not my crowning glory of videos, but this one goes out to Luke. Hope you like it. If you follow us on here and click the bell for notifications. If you're new to our channel, then please feel free to check out our content. We're on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. We're also on Ko-fi if you want to support our channel to further our endeavours to head up to a Comic-Con someday next year, maybe. Don't know. Please donate below on the link. Would be greatly appreciated to further our adventures on this channel. We're also on Snapchat. I will put the link below for that as well, which I did on my last video. So please feel free to like and subscribe and all that. I hope you've enjoyed. It's a little bit of a throwback for me. It's nice to actually hold them and caress them. I seem to go back to Marshmallow Man. I don't know why. Anyhow, on that note, don't forget, as I always say, love life and keep gaming. 2 thumbs fresh. Yeah.